History remembers Vlad the Impaler as one of the most fearsome and bloodthirsty rulers to ever walk the earth. His very name is synonymous with terror, a legacy built on cruelty and violence. He struck fear into his enemies and was feared even by his own people. But what if history had taken a different path? What if, instead of standing as an enemy of the mighty Ottoman Empire, Vlad had decided to ally with them, becoming one of their most trusted vassals? What if he had chosen a course of diplomacy over conflict, reshaping the very fabric of Eastern Europe? Today, we journey into an alternative timeline where Vlad the Impaler rises not as a tyrant, but as the Sultan's most loyal ally, altering the fate of nations in the process. In this alternative timeline, Vlad's formative years are defined not by the wars of Wallachia, but by the intellectual and military training he receives at the heart of the Ottoman Empire. Born into the royal family of Wallachia, Vlad's fate was sealed when his father, Vlad II of Dracul, made the fateful decision to send him as a hostage to Sultan Murad II's court. Here, amidst the opulence and military genius of the Ottoman court of Edirne, young Vlad is immersed in the complexities of the Ottoman Empire. Far from being a mere pawn in a political game, he grows up alongside Shahadze Mehmet, who will one day become Sultan Mehmet II, the conqueror of Constantinople. Vlad's education at the court of the Ottomans was unparalleled. He not only learned the intricacies of military strategy, but also the subtle art of diplomacy, the principles of Islamic philosophy, and the Ottoman way of governance. More importantly, he began to forge a strong personal bond with Mehmet, sharing ideas and visions for the future. While the real Vlad would grow to despise the Ottomans for their perceived threats, in this timeline, he adopts their way of life. He secretly converts to Islam, a bold move that aligns him closer to Mehmet and the empire's ideals. As Vlad grows older, his loyalty to the Ottoman cause solidifies. By 1462, he begins to see the Ottomans not as oppressors, but as a means of empowerment. His time in Edirne has shaped him into a leader, one who understands that power isn't just about force. It's about alliances, strategic vision, and long-term planning. Vlad no longer believes in the dream of an independent Wallachia defying the Ottomans. Instead, he begins to see the true potential of aligning himself with Sultan Mehmet II. This alliance will not only ensure Wallachia's survival, but will elevate him to new heights of power. June 1462, a defining moment in history. Ottoman messengers arrive at the gates of Vlad's capital, Dragovista. They carry a simple but powerful message. Vlad must declare his loyalty to Sultan Mehmet II or face the wrath of the Ottoman Empire. In our timeline, this moment would have resulted in another bloody conflict between Vlad and the Sultan. But in this alternative timeline, Vlad understands the futility of war with the Ottomans. Though his pride as a ruler of Wallachia might demand resistance, his intelligence tells him that submission could be a smarter path. Instead of sending his troops to face the mighty Ottoman army, Vlad opts for a much different approach. In a stunning turn of events, Vlad publicly declares his allegiance to Sultan Mehmet. His declaration is not a sign of weakness, but a tactical move designed to ensure his survival and cement his position in the Ottoman Empire. By submitting to Mehmet, Vlad secures Wallachia's future. Rather than being crushed beneath the weight of the Ottoman army, he is rewarded for his loyalty. Sultan Mehmet recognizes Vlad's military genius and grants him control over even more territories, including parts of Moldavia. This expansion puts Vlad in a position of unprecedented power. His influence stretches far beyond that of any previous vaivode. Vlad's rise doesn't stop with his submission to the Ottomans. He continues to build powerful alliances, understanding that a ruler's strength lies in his network of support. In 1465, Vlad forms a strategic marriage alliance with the Crimean Khanate, another crucial move in his grand strategy. By marrying the sister of Mengele Giray, the Khan of Crimea, Vlad secures the support of the Crimean Tartars, one of the most formidable military forces in Eastern Europe. His union not only strengthens Wallachia's northern borders, but also ties the region firmly to the Ottoman sphere of influence. With the Crimean Tartars as his allies, Vlad gains access to elite cavalry, fearsome Crimean raiders whose swift raids devastate enemies in their wake. This cavalry unit proves invaluable in defending Wallachia from potential invasions. Vlad, now allied with the Crimean Khanate and the Ottomans, becomes an important figure in the geopolitical chessboard of Eastern Europe. Crimean Tartars provide Vlad with the military muscle needed to protect Wallachia from the threats from Hungary and Poland, making him one of the most powerful leaders in the region. The raids are devastating, designed to cripple his enemies' resources and destabilize their economies. But Vlad is not just a brute force. He is a master tactician, using cunning and surprise to overwhelm his foes. At the same time, Vlad's attention turns to the Black Sea, a crucial waterway for trade and military strategy. His naval operations, working closely with the Ottoman Navy, capture crucial ports such as Achaemen and Kilia. This expansion gives the Ottoman Empire control over the vital grain and trade routes, strengthening their influence in the region and cementing Vlad's role as a key player in the empire's military apparatus. Vlad's naval operations not only protect Ottoman interests, but also bolster the economy of Wallachia, as the captured ports become thriving trade hubs. Under Vlad's leadership, Bucharest transforms from a small, fortified town into a major commercial centre. Traders from all across the Ottoman Empire flock to the city, bringing with them goods, culture and ideas. The city becomes a hub of wealth and influence, attracting merchants from as far as Istanbul and beyond. Vlad has turned Wallachia from a mere buffer state into a crucial part of the Ottoman Empire, a centre of power in the Balkans and beyond. By 1480, Vlad's transformation is complete. He is no longer the bloodthirsty tyrant of old, but one of the most trusted vassals of Sultan Mehmed II. His loyalty and strategic brilliance have earned him a special place within the Ottoman Empire. In this new timeline, Vlad's power extends beyond Wallachia. His influence spans across the Danube, Moldavia, and the Balkans. The Ottoman Sultan personally crowns him with the title Suwana Nini Efendisi, meaning Lord of the Danube, a title that carries with it not just regional dominion, but a symbol of Vlad's unique role as a bridge between the Ottoman Empire and Eastern Europe. Under Vlad's rule, Wallachia becomes a critical pillar of the Ottoman Empire. His lands provide strategic military strength, while his control of vital trade routes ensures that both the Ottoman Empire and Wallachia prosper economically. Vlad's alliances, first with the Crimean Khanate and later with the Ottoman forces, have transformed the region into an imperial powerhouse. No longer a frontier state, Wallachia is now a key player on the European stage, its borders secure and its future bright. Vlad's military influence also grows beyond the battlefield. He helps to fortify Ottoman military strategies across Eastern Europe, sharing his expertise in warfare with the empire's generals. His fearsome reputation as a ruthless and strategic leader becomes a symbol of Ottoman might in the Balkans. But it's not just military strength that defines Vlad's reign. It's his ability to unite disparate cultures under a common cause. Under his guidance, Wallachia thrives. Vlad fosters a political environment where different factions coexist under the same banner. While he remains loyal to the Ottomans, he also nurtures the traditions of Wallachia, allowing local aristocrats, known as boyars, to retain their positions, but with new, clear roles under his leadership. His careful balancing power between Ottoman and local interests strengthens his rule and secures his legacy as a ruler who could unite cultures rather than divide them. As the 1480s unfold, Vlad's empire begins to take shape, not just in Eastern Europe, but across the greater Balkan region. Wallachia, now a major power in the empire, plays an essential role in Ottoman geopolitics. With his Crimean allies, Vlad creates a formidable defence network against the encroaching threats from Hungary, Poland, and the growing power of the Habsburgs in the west. His forces, made up of elite Ottoman soldiers, Crimean cavalry, and Wallachian infantry, become one of the most powerful military forces in the Balkans. Vlad's strategy is simple, yet effective. He secures his borders, disrupts enemy movements, and establishes trade routes that strengthen the economy of both Wallachia and the Ottoman Empire. Under his watch, the Danube River becomes a vital artery for the flow of goods, not only for the Ottomans, but also for the wider European continent. The Black Sea, once contested, is now firmly under the control of Vlad and the Ottomans, ensuring the safety of grain routes that sustain much of Europe. As Vlad enters the final years of his reign, he is no longer seen as the savage ruler of a small principality. Instead, he is celebrated as the Lord of the Danube, a key figure in the Ottoman Empire's efforts to maintain power in Eastern Europe. His legacy is one of strength, unity and foresight. Wallachia becomes a fortress of Ottoman influence, its people prosperous and its land secure. Vlad's alliances with the Ottomans and the Crimean Khanate have ensured that Wallachia not only survives, but thrives in an ever-changing geopolitical landscape. Vlad's ability to navigate the complex political landscape of Eastern Europe becomes a model for future rulers in the region. His reign is marked by peace and prosperity, with little of the bloodshed that defined his historical counterpart. His ability to bring together disparate forces and unite them under a common cause is a testament to his vision of a stable, strong empire. For generations, his rule is remembered as one of the most successful examples of cooperation between cultures, an example of what could have been had Eastern Europe embraced unity over division. Had history taken this path, Vlad the Impaler would have been remembered not for the atrocities he committed, but for his role as a uniting force in the Ottoman Empire. His alliance with Sultan Mehmet II would have redefined the political map of Eastern Europe, potentially avoiding centuries of conflict and bloodshed. Wallachia could have served as a model for other nations, showing that strength can come from unity rather than division. The future of the Balkans, and perhaps even all of Europe, might have been vastly different if Vlad had remained loyal to the Ottomans rather than fighting them. But history, as we know it, took another path. Vlad's reign, though brutal and marked by terror, left an indelible mark on the world. The legend of Vlad Dracula endures, not as a story of alliances and diplomacy, but as a tale of blood, betrayal, and vengeance. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of an alternative history, where Vlad the Impaler chooses loyalty over bloodshed. Would such an alliance have altered the course of history? Would Eastern Europe have avoided the centuries of conflict that followed? We may never know. But in this alternate timeline, Vlad's legacy is one of unity, strength and lasting peace. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Turn on your notifications for more deep dives into alternate histories, fascinating facts, and untold stories from the past.